What up, YouTube? Just thought I'd make a video about changing out a temperature sensor, or a coolant temperature sensor, or water coolant temperature sensor. But this is on a 2004 Pontiac GTO. Just gonna go through the whole process I'm taking, or at least most of it. But I didn't really see any videos specific to a GTO, or really as far as a LS1, that applies specific to it. But I did see some, maybe one or two with a Corvette, or a C5 Corvette, which uses basically the same engine. But I'm just going to go through this process, and hopefully this will help, somebody if they're dealing with the same issue. But right now I'm going to start. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. I already took off the this little right here. This is the connector, and he's looking on mine. The problem with mine is basically my connector is broken. You can see part of it is broken off in here possibly, and then the other side of it, you can just look at the sensor itself and you see kind of where it's snapped off. And so basically when I put it on, it fits on, and I've had it on there for probably about 2 years or so in this condition. And I'm not sure if it's had any direct effect on my the car running, but since it's not secure, it's not something I really want to just leave and just leave the chance, since it's not totally secure. But what I've done so far is I've taken off this right here. This is goes to your coil, my coil, so I've taken it off to kind of give me a little bit more room to work with. I was thinking about taking out this little board that protects, it's kind of like a little heat wall, but I don't think I need to. I don't think it's going to save that much room. But I'm going to try to clean it up just a little bit with some brake parts cleaner, and see if we can just make sure everything is straight. But also, I did buy another one of these. I was thinking about potentially replacing it, but once I figured out it was just the sensor part that was actually bad, I decided not to replace this as of right now. So, but just gonna clean it up just. Now, one thing I guess I should mention while I'm doing this is that the temperature sensor is in a location to where basically coolant is active, and that coolant basically will come out once I loosen this thing up. So it's important to try to replace it as quick as possible. So I got my new sensor right here, and I got it ready basically to put inside of the engine once I take the other one out. But what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to attempt to try to stop it, loosen it up first, then stop the coolant from coming out if I can, and then put the new sensor in before I lose a whole lot of coolant. But I have opened up my cap on the reservoir, and it looks like this thing is going to go flush. This sensor is going to go flush. I took a picture of the sensor in. I don't know if you can see it on this, but it doesn't look like there's very much of a gap between this part of the sensor right here, the nut part of the sensor, and the motor itself. And it has this washer in there, so it looks like the installation is going to be pretty flush, and then we're going to tighten it up to 15 inch-pounds with the torque wrench. Also, when you're using a torque wrench, it's a good thing to exercise the torque wrench at a lower level before you actually do it on your, actually use it to torque something down. But that's just something, I learned over experience, or I was taught to do basically. So, but it's up to you if you want to do that. But this is the plan. And as you can see, this is my connector. Right here, this is my connector, and you can tell the difference between mine and the one that's currently installed, which I can zoom in a little bit and just show you. Just to show you, it is basically broken off. That's it. And you can see a little bit of gap, so I think that washer is actually taking up the gap. But I'm gonna tighten it down, finger tight, and then just torque it to 15 inch, it's not inch pounds, excuse me, foot pounds, not inch pounds. Tighten it down to 15 inch pounds, as that's the normal thing. I think it's in the service guide as well, but I'm not sure if it actually, I think it says it, but if not, you can correct me, I'm sure. So this is what we're going to do. Apologize if I'm in the way a whole lot. I'm going to try not to be as much as possible. Do have a what's required for this bad boy size socket. It's basically, right now I have a 3/8 drive, 3/8 inch drive. All right, and this is a 19 what you call it, metric 19 socket directly in. You don't need an extension. I'm gonna use that to untighten it, and as well as, you know, install it with the 15 inch or 15 foot-pound torque. Make sure I get my little drop pan. Yeah, I got a little drop pan underneath just to see if I can catch any coolant. If it does, or because some is probably going to come out. So I think I'm just going to remove my spark plug wire and just install it back in. You know, more likely it's going to leak on that too. But let's see what we can do. Still too tight. Feels like it's almost out. Kind of turn it with my fingers. Alright, let's get in there. Okay, it's loose now. So, ooh, yep, definitely a coolant. See if I can put my finger over it and reach this. Alright, yep, it's leaking. That's that way. Seems like it's going in, right? It kind of went in a little bit. I did not particularly feel like it went in. Kind of gotta make sure you get it flush in there. Okay. Alright, so I got it on correctly, threaded correctly. I'm just going to put it in, or finish grilling in. We'll go from there. And one thing you want to make sure you do is definitely don't mis-thread it or cross-thread it. So you want to make sure you get it on there good, and you only got a little bit of time to do it, because this thing is, you know, going to be leaking out coolant while you're in the process of replacing it. So just keep that in mind. And also it's good to kind of plan what you're going to do. Plan out what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, before you actually do all this stuff. Make sure you have your tools, all that good stuff together, and hopefully you'll be successful with no issues. And you definitely don't want to cause any other additional issues. So still haven't tightened it down yet. Let's see. Alright, when it was installed, the basically the part installed, the clip, the top of the clip, when you put it in, you want to make sure it's at the top, basically. So when you have it in there, you want to make sure the clip part is up at the top as well. But we're going to also try to make sure that's done with it being torqued to 15 foot-pounds as well. So that'll be part of our little double check. Take this little piece out of here. Hopefully. There we go. And also, you don't want to drop anything in your engine. Of course, most of you guys probably already know that. But just for if you're a novice, you know, you want to keep little pieces out. That's what was still inside of my connector. So take that off to the side, drop it down. Here's the old one right here. Just want to confirm that it was the correct size and it looks the same for the most part. And you know, of course, sometimes if you just don't have a vehicle, another vehicle is better to, you know, take it out. Or if you do have another vehicle, it's better to take it out and work it that way. But yeah, looks good. Looks like we got the right one, and looks like this bad boy does have some weathering, corrosion on it. So it's probably a good thing to take it out, and I imagine it did affect some of my temperature readings as well. So I'm gonna leave the connector alone for now, unless I see something really dramatic with it. But as of this point, alright, we're almost there. Well, this is my torque wrench, and as you can see, I got it to, well, maybe you can see, I got it set to 15 foot-pounds, and I'm going to use this to go ahead and set my torque. Then I'm going to recheck it and make sure that my connector is in the right position. So, just double check. We are at 15 foot-pounds. Just broke. Okay, and looking at it, it's upside down. So what I'm going to do, since we are at a good torque, I'm just going to leave it in that position. I'm going to turn the connector upside down and make sure it's installed correctly. But before I do that, I'm going to see if I can dry it out a little bit more with my rag.
they don't have too much any coolant in it. And the inside of the connector says it leaked out. Doesn't look bad.
But just in case, I'm gonna go grab some paper towel and stick it in there very quick, just to make sure we're straight. Said paper towel, but I got tissue. So I'll put that in there. And the reason why I'm using this is it's primarily because it's really absorbent. And it shouldn't leave any, as long as you got some decent quality, it shouldn't leave anything. So, looking at it, looks like it did have a little bit of moisture in it. So I'm gonna wrap it up a little bit more. Do it again, just to make sure. Should be good after that. But again, hopefully this helps you guys. And I didn't see a video online for it, so this is my attempt. It also shows you the location of it, you know, which is in front of the engine by your power steering. Screws out a little bit. So this is where we are. This is my little setup. And this is power steering right here. I'm not sure what cylinder it is, but this is the LS1, and that's the location right here where your coolant temperature sensor is. Alright, now if you did lose a whole lot of fluid, you would add it to your reservoir, and you know, you'd call it a day after that. So I'm gonna tighten this back up again. This is good. Remove my little thing. I'll turn it upside down, hopefully, without breaking nothing. And cool. That went in good, and start the car, and hopefully we'll have no issues, no wire breaks. But if you do have issues and wire breaks, then, you know, of course, right now it seems like these connectors and the wires are actually available at a parts store. I can't remember which one I got it from. It was either going to be O'Reilly Advanced or Napa, but I think it's more the first two. But that is pretty much it. I've tightened up my reservoir again. Doesn't look like I really lost too much. I don't think the coolant got too crazy, but I think I'll wipe down my alternator a little bit, start it up, and if I have any issues, I will put it in the comments. Look at dig it on the alternator a little bit, but if I have any issues, I'll put it in the comments and let you know how everything worked out if I did. But after this, I also got to put my spark plug wire back on, and we should be good to go. But for the most part, that's it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.